Hello friends, good morning, good afternoon. In this session, we are going to see how to convert SQL Server Result Set into the parquet file and upload the same parquet file into the Azure SQL. So let's start. Yeah, this is our problem definition. SQL Server Result Set to the parquet file and upload the same parquet file to the Azure SQL. So we can divide it into the two things. Means first of all, we have to achieve means there is a SQL Server to the parquet file, correct? SQL Server Result Set into the parquet file. And second thing is that means upload the same parquet file to the Azure SQL. Okay, so how to do that? First of all, yeah, SQL Server Result Set into the parquet file. So yeah, there are multiple things means types like a CSV type. Then there is a comma separated file, json file, or a parquet file, correct? So we can convert the SQL Server Result Set. But why parquet file is important? And yeah, suppose let's say this is the table I have, means this is the local HIMS, means my computer is the local server and HIMS is the database, right? And in that, if I am going to select a star from patient instead of star, I am going to select the count. Yeah, there are 4,90,000 records something, right? Okay, so I am selecting only top 10 and yeah, top 10 star. Okay, so what we have to do, whatever the result set of these, we have to convert into the parquet file, right? And next thing is that why parquet file is important. So I search some articles. With the help of that, I got the knowledge. Means yeah, from big data point of view or flexibility, then faster point of view, parquet file is important. Means if we compare CSV file, parquet file, and JSON file, so reading point of view, parquet file is better. Then there is a small file size. Yes, absolutely. Because suppose I have a result of this 4,90,000 record, and if I'm going to export it means just result save as and comma separated file. So before few minutes I saved it, so I here 5 lakhs. So if you see here there is a 95 MB. 1 minute, I am going here so that you can get the size of that particular input data. And here you can see 95 MB, and same file we are going to convert into the parquet format. Then on C drive I created the one folder, there is a parquet, and in output there is a parquet. So how much? There is a 15, means 6 time is less as compared to the CSV file. So that is the comparison of means file size of CSV and JSON, sorry, CSV and parquet. Then splittable, yes, all the things means there is a available for CSV, parquet, and JSON. Included data types, all the data type supports means uh, there is a means date time, whatever the major data types for the SQL server, those are available for the parquet. And easy to read, yes, CSV is easy to read. Parquet we can't read because that is the compressed file, so we can't read it. And actually we can make the query on it using the Azure Synapse, but normally we can't read it. If I am going to right click on it and then suppose I have to show you example, mm, input data, there is a all and cust dot parquet open with, let's say, notepad. I'm going to convert, yeah. So means this is not the user readability, that is the thing behind of uh, yeah, easy to read. And nestable, yes, available. Columnar, first of all I have to show means say you about the columnar things, means how that is the compressed one. I am selecting this data, right? And yeah, and some of the records having null value, right? So if I am going but yeah, in normal file structure we are saving the data in the raw format, but in terms of the parquet file, saving the data in the columnar format means like this. There is suppose patient id, so there is a all the columns are means all the values for that column are available, and corresponding to one there is a this file means this date of birth is it can be calculated. And let's say here is the null value, right? So that is null means that date of birth is not available for all, means that space is saved, and in date of birth column we have only one value. For gender id there are only four values, right? Means there is a one, two, three, four, means four records having the value. And what are the single values? Means gender id 1 and 2, means one is belongs to 1, 3 and 4, and 2 is belongs to 2. So means it is the gender id having actually two values only, 1 and 2. So means we can compress the data. So that is nothing. Yeah, as we seen why parquet file is important, right? Then example of it. So I have to give one example. I have to send this balloon from India to UK, correct? Means from ship or aeroplane I can transfer this thing, right? But there is an means how we can adjust that balloon size with ship or air, right? So that is the problem, correct? So what is the alternate solution for that? We have to pull the air from this balloon, wrap it, and then send to the UK as it is. And then when it reaches to the UK, then insert the air into this, so it look like as it is, correct? So same with this parquet file. Next thing, how to convert the SQL Server Result Set into the parquet file, correct? So I went through the one nice example here using parquet.net, or there is a PowerShell script. With the help of that we can convert the SQL Server Result Set into the parquet file. So I went through this article, and I will give you the link of this article, because uh, ultimately yeah, credit goes to this. And next thing, so what I have to do, first of all I will show you what is my target and what is my source and target, and where we have to place all the files, and then you can easily understand yeah which are the commands to do this, right? First of all, it requires the PowerShell, correct? And these configuration files means PowerShell PS1 files, we have to download it in one folder, and then you have to execute that particular PowerShell file, and then you can get the such a results, means we can convert the result set into the parquet file. So I did the exercise. So yeah, first of all, yeah, I this is the result set at the end. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, I did the exercise. So what I will do, I will start the fresh exercise in front of you so that you can understand easily. This is the PowerShell window, correct? And this version is greater than 7. It's important. And where I downloaded that code, so here I created the one folder as a parquet in C drive. So these three PowerShell file we have to download here, and then config file. So config file contain what's the data. So it contains the database name, means there is a enabled, means for which commands we have to enable or disable. You suppose you have to do the for 100 files, so you can do that, no problem. And there is a enable is equal to 1. Then a database name HIMS, right? And then dbo underscore patient is the job name. And yeah, what is the query you have to means we have to select the data from the patient. So I wrote it here, select star from patient, and on which directory we have to save the data and which file we have to save. Means there is a patient data dot parquet, right? And yeah, as you know, this is the SQL Server MyComp, and then HIMS is the database, and select star from patient. We have to execute the query, right? Then we have to go to the PowerShell. Yeah, new window, and in that we have to go to the parquet folder, cd slash then cd colon tab parquet. Okay, then in that we have to execute this command, export parquet.ps, correct, ps1, and then config file. Then here there is a mycomp, means computer name, yeah, server name, username sa, and then enter it. So password is nothing but the, yeah, your SQL Server password. So I am giving the password. Yeah, patient db underscore patient job is started, and for I created the job for the 10,000 rows. So already that things are configured in the ps1 file, and yeah, you can see there is a, yeah, 10,000 records are transferring, right? And if you get some errors, so you have to execute this command. I will give you in a description. So this is the miss set execution policy, like a current user execution policy unrestricted, means you will get error like, yeah, c colon parquet cannot be loaded, so such a like of that, right? So you have to execute these two commands, and then you can easily convert the parquet file. So where it is, yeah, in output folder there is a patient data.parquet is created, correct? So yes, this is the new file. Then what is the size of that file? Yeah, if you see, there is a select, means this is the query, and yeah, there is a 150 MB, something like that, 4,90,000 records, right? And if you go at here, means where to see that query, means table record count you will get on SQL Server project, and at the end, yeah, here table record count and size of the table. Okay, so that is the thing. And second thing is that, yes, we have to upload the parquet file into the Azure SQL. So I am going to open the Azure. Okay, and yeah, first of all, in Azure we require two things. One is the Azure Data Factory, and one is the storage account. So on a home, I'm going to create, there is a, first of all, storage account we need, right? So click on a storage. Yes, I think, yeah, I created it already. So here is the container, and yes, input is the name. So what I will do, I am deleting the existing file. Okay, and then what I will do, I will upload the next, means new file which was created, yes, on C drive parquet. Then there is output and patient data.parquet file, right? Upload it. So it will upload in a fraction of seconds, and yes, it is done. So on source side there is a Azure blob, right? And destination is the Azure SQL, and with the help of Azure Data Factory we have to do that transformation, means like from, we have to take read it from the blob and then transfer into the Azure SQL. So how to do that? First of all, there is a Azure direct data factory we have to create. I am starting in it from the scratch so that you can easily, yeah, there is a storage account, right? And our destination is the SQL server. So I am going to the SQL databases. Yes, yesterday I created it, means Azure HMS application server, and in that only one database there is a HIMS, right? Here is the HIMS database, and yeah, we have to give the uh, allow the IP address so that we can access it from the local server. So I am going to access it from local server, and if there is a HIMS is the table, right? Sorry, database. And if you are going to query here, select a star from sys.tables. So you will get nothing because no one table is at here, right? And we have to create the one patient table, blank table, right? So on my blog, there is a SQL project and HIMS project. So here there is a create table script. You can click means you can refer this project as well for your means runtime. We can insert the data, or means there is a if you have to insert the 1 million records, so you can insert that. I written the script at here. Yes, you have to just go through the example, means videos as well here. Yes, this is the create table. Yes, patient, I'm copying it, and then going to create the patient table. I am disabling the identity, right? And create the patient. Okay, if you see, yeah, patient table is created. Is any data? No data, right? We have to transfer that data. So our prerequisite is completed right now. Means source side we have a parquet file, destination side we have a table, right? And yes, means Azure Blob is set, Azure SQL is set right now. So we have to configure the Azure Data Factory. With the help of that, we can transfer the data from Parquet file to the Azure SQL database. Okay, so yeah, here on home, so click on a data factories, right? So this is the existing one, and what I have to do, I have to create the new one for your learning point of view. ADF new example. Okay, review and create it. So it will take few, yes, seconds. Yes, after creation of the data factory, uh, yes, okay, go to the resource. Yeah, here is the launch studio. And in data factory, two things are important. Means there is a source and destination, right? Means linked service. So in here is the linked service. So here we can create the two linked service. One is for the parquet file and one is for the Azure SQL, right? So here Azure storage, Azure blob storage, continue, and then I'm going to create here. There is a parquet source, eh, parquet source, right? And yes, authentication type I am not changing right now. Yes, storage account name, blob storage, right? And to linked service, yes. To file path, yes. And if I'm to file path, yeah, it's fine. Container, okay. Here we can test the connection. Yeah, connection is tested, right? Means till the storage, yeah, we are connected. And after that, we have to create the connection for the Azure SQL database, right? So Azure SQL, database, right? So yes, here is the first of all destination, and then Azure SQL DB, right? And server name, yes, and database name is the HMS. Username and password we have to provide, right? Here is the username and password, okay, and then test the connection, create it. Okay, we are not related. Here is a related is equal to 0 means we didn't yet used. Okay, linked service is created, right? Means this is the source point and this is the destination point, right? And right now we are going towards the pipeline. So here data set is connected to the linked service. So click on a data set and then here Azure blob storage. Then which file we have to uh, import, there is a parquet file, right? So click on it, and which link service, parquet source, and container. Here you have to browse input file and then parquet data, patient data dot parquet, right? And yes, from the connection, okay, click on okay, means we have a complete file. And here schema means what are the columns it having, so you will get all the schema here. And yeah, that's it. So here we can mention, yeah, parquet file. There is a parquet source. Okay. And then next thing, sorry, uh, no need to save because when we publish it, then it automatically save. So next is the next data set for the Azure SQL DB. Go to the Azure, then there is a Azure SQL database. Azure SQL database, right? So click on here, then there is a linked service, destination Azure SQL DB. So which table we have to connect at the destination side? Patient, right? So no, there is a we have to make it as a drop down. Select it for the drop down and then click on OK. So schema will get at here, right? And then yeah, parameters nothing, and yeah. If we have a data, then we can preview the data as well. Here, destination, right? Azure SQL DB destination. Okay. So data set is created. Right now we have to build the pipeline. So there is a data flow means we have to transfer the data, right? So I am going to create the new data flow. Add the source. So which source it is? So source is Parquet file, right? So then here we have to add the source, right? Source option. So just scroll down, parquet source, and then allow schema drift. Yeah, I'm not going to select any of these, means there is a source parquet. Okay, and then there is a path, anything, no, nothing I am doing. Then optimize, insert, data preview. Yes, it, yeah, when we debug mode at that time we can see. Okay, then source is configured, right? And then destination we have to add. So I we have to do any transformation? No. So I am directly adding the sync. Sync means destination. And in sync there is Azure SQL DB destination, right? And here there is a first of all incoming stream as a, yeah, source parquet, and destination is the Azure SQL DB destination. Allow schema drift, okay, setting, yeah, allow insert. Yeah, I'm not going to in a complex structure only allow insert, right? And it we have to uh, we specify the batch size as a 10,000, then 10,000 records batch wise we can insert the data, right? And so 1,000 batch is also possible, so I am specifying the 10,000 batch. Yeah, tempdb pre-SQL script. If there is a data in the table, then first of all truncate it and then insert the data. So truncate table patient and then insert the data. So you have to mention, is it not compulsory? It is when there is a every time new insert, then you have to mention it, otherwise no need. And then errors we have to specify the any connection link service, means for that particular database we have to insert the data, so you can specify over here. And then mapping, so here auto mapping, so there is updated date time updated by which columns we have to map to which column, so we can select that. And then optimize insect and data preview. Okay, yeah, means data flow is ready. Then we have to do the pipeline. Click on it, new pipeline, and then drag and drop data flow at here. Okay, and yeah, data flow is ready, and this is the pipeline for testing, right? Yeah, and then publish all. When we are publishing, means it is the saving. Okay, means we published it, and then we have to validate it. Yeah, your pipeline has been validated. Okay, then click on means activity runtime. Right now I'm click on just debug, right? And yes, and if you have to see the progress of it, and then where here is the monitor data flow. Yeah, cluster is ready, means in the background, and go to the monitor and pipeline runs. So click on a refresh integration. Yeah, auto result integration runtime. Yes, pipeline runs. Okay, so yeah, I clicked on debug, and here you can see this is the queue, and there is a parameters variable setting in output. Yeah, data flow one is running queued, and if you click on data flow, so again there is a one window. Yeah, it is in progress, and if you see there is a watch, right? So here you can see there is a stages. So means how many rows at the source side, destination side, and how much time. And you can see here is the stages, right? And yes, first of all, yeah, if we go at here, select star from patient. So there is a nothing. Okay, yeah, it is in the queued. Yeah, all streams no, means is yet to be read. Yeah, you can see progress at here, means 490K records from the source side, and we have to transform it, and then the estimated time is a 32 seconds for reading the 490,000 records. And stages, yeah, stage 1 is great, and yeah, records read. Then right now the next thing is remaining, means write the records. Yeah, if we see at here, we are getting the data from the Azure, means select star from patient, and yeah, I am stopping it. Instead of that, I will use count of one. Okay, Yeah, 4,90,000 records are copied to the destination, means Azure SQL DB, right? Here is the succeeded. And what mistakes or what things can be obstacle? So there is a all pipe. I have to go to the Azure Data Factory, and there is a home. Previously, I created the old one. There is a, yeah, before few minutes I created this data factory, and if you click on it, and then I'm going to inside launch studio, and then I have to show you some error, means when there is a, yeah, if you go in a pipeline, yes, pipeline, and then whatever the previous ran, so yeah, there is a failed, succeeded, right? And if you go here, then yes, there is a primary key constraint, because if you uh, trying to insert the same record again, then you will get the primary key error. And then there is a, yeah, identity insert, right? So we have to disable that. And then next thing, yeah, you have to connect it from the that particular IP address. So allow Azure resources to connect to access this server. That's why, yeah, these previous um, failures are came. You have to schedule it, then yeah, we have to create the trigger, and based on the schedule, yeah, tumbling window or means, yeah, specific time it will trigger, and that pipeline will invoke. Okay, I hope you like this video, because whatever the failures I got, so I will share, means that script with you, so that you will get the actual success. Means just go to here and then click execute this command, and yeah, that's it. And in the command file, here there is a parquet and config file, so you can mention thousands of lines here, and that will execute one by one. And yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, please share it and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.